This is kind of extreme and it's kind of out there, but I just want to touch on it. It was on my mind, and I just want to work with me, people. Work with me, okay? This topic is called "Am I thinking too deep?" Am I thinking too deep? And what I'm talking about, because in reality, sometimes I feel like I think too much about. I think of things in so many different layers a lot of times. So this one, it kind of gets me. This is the one I want. I'm curious. Is it just me? I want to hear your thoughts. Leave it in the comments. Emojis, especially that heart one. Oh, it kind of cringed my stomach. It cringes my stomach. What do I mean by that? I like saying that. What do I mean by that? Okay, look at it. Think of it this way. If we have to constantly program ourselves to do something, like if we have to program ourselves to be responsible, to pay our bills, and we got to remind ourselves consistently over and over and over and over again, pay your bills, be responsible, personal growth, revenues, expenses. And if we keep on reminding ourselves of something, we start to believe it, or we can become numb to it, right? So sometimes, if you're hanging around people, so okay, with the emoji, right? When I think of the word heart, I feel like it has meaning behind it. All right. It has a meaning behind it. So when somebody says something to you and it's very sincere to them, you express how you feel from the bottom of your heart genuinely, right? It's something that you truly and genuinely feel, so you feel imperative to give them a response and reply because it touched your heart, right? It touched you. It's like, oh, that was so amazing. It made me feel so good. I just want to let you know, it touches you. So, like, is it wrong that we use the heart emoji, too casually? Again, this is me just thinking deep, because in reality, like, if I constantly keep using the heart emoji on a text message, right? And people just says, "Hey, how you doing today?" And you says, "Heart emoji." Or you say, or the person says, um, um, "Are you doing okay?" Heart emoji. Or if it say, good, what happened with the people at the store? Blah blah blah. Heart emoji. And you're constantly just using it so willy nilly. Can that desensitize you a little bit? I'm curious. Can that desensitize you, just constantly just keeping it, clicking the heart emoji every time and responding to everything with a heart emoji? Even though you may not be thinking deep into, again, that's why I says, am I thinking too deep? Because in reality, it's like, if you constantly keep using something that has a whole lot of significance, or where that something touches your heart, why would you use the heart emoji so loosely? Don't have to be some thought into it as far as the response behind it, or is it just, or are we just getting so relaxed to where that now we're kind of confused when it comes down to uh the thumbs up or a heart emoji? Are we missing the point of like understanding, like, there's a purpose of having these different emotions? We should be able to have these different emotions to where that we be able to express ourselves, we be able to say things that's on our mind, we're able to, but it's connected to something. If I'm laughing and I'm genuinely laughing, I laugh. So sometimes you get somebody who send a text message and they say something funny and it's like, ha ha ha. But then sometimes I'm just sending, are you just sending it because it's not funny, but you're just trying to make the other person feel good? I don't know. It just blows my mind. So like the heart emoji, I feel like the heart emoji has so much more of an impact on people because it has meaning, it has depth to it. And to just throw it out there and just say, "Oh, heart emoji, heart," for everything, it kind of turns my stomach upside down. Like, "Ugh, am I thinking too deep about this?" I don't know, because everybody just click it just so freely. Heart emoji for everything. Hey, heart emoji, bye, heart emoji. But I feel like the heart emoji should be something that if you're gonna use it, it's like, oh, I appreciate this, or it touches the person. I feel so weird saying that, oh. But but that was funny. But in reality, like does it do it bother you? Because it bothers me. Just clicking the heart emoji, blink, for everything. It just blows my mind. Why you touch it for everything? Why you just can't say, it's like, hey, you doing good, man? Everything, you did good. Thank you. Maybe I'm cold. I don't know. But like realistically, like work with me. I really want to know, guys. Like, tell me, like, am I crazy? Or is there some meaning behind this? Like, is it really like, I don't know. Heart emoji. Tell me, like, please share your thoughts. Again, like and subscribe. I will really like to get your thoughts on that. Like, because in reality, things have to be done with a purpose. I strongly believe that things have to be done with a purpose. Sometimes we're not going to get it right. Like we all are struggling in our own personal lives. So we can't be robotics. We can't be, I said robotics. We can't be robotic, but we most definitely should be kind of aware of even like the smaller things that we engage in, because sometimes the smaller things are the biggest issue with why it's hard for us to be successful in certain things. A good example is, just a quick example to compare it, is like Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan. I guess it's Kobe. I would say Kobe Bryant. He practiced the basics of the game every day, all the time, to where that he kept on practicing the basics over and over and over and over again. Even though that he perfected it, he still practiced the basics because he realized that the basics was the foundation for him to be successful. And I'm looking at this emoji thing is like, well, us expressing our feelings to people, I feel like that's the basics. And if we just always using it so freely just for anything, are we really training ourselves to be effective at being good listeners and good people and good friends toward other people? Or are we just pressing it without no intent at all? Are we really giving work to the small things that we should be doing when it comes down to dealing with people? Do we give people the responses that they really need to hear? Again, a good friend. A good friend is not just going to always like heart emoji, heart emoji, heart emoji every time we say something. As if he is. I don't want him as a friend. And if he's sending me heart emojis all the time, I'm like, what's wrong with you, buddy? but just think about it. Like, why? Why do you use something that has so much weight to it, but we kind of repetitively use it without no thought to it? We're not even training our minds to be focused on like the smaller things. The simple things in life are a whole lot more effective than the bigger stuff. What do I mean by that? If we're at a store, I meet you for the first time and I look past you and just ignore you, that's a little thing in the sense to where that all I had to do is say hello. You know what I'm saying? If I train myself to say hello, that small little thing, and I just practice doing that all the time. But again, it's used appropriately, because I ran into somebody and seen somebody, I acknowledge them. Something very simple and basic. Hello. That's training. And then it's bye-bye. Be careful. Just simple responses, but to say, I love you, 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 I love you for everything, it don't make sense to me. It blows my mind. It drives me crazy. Oh, but overall, I appreciate you guys. Again, at the end of the day, I teach to learn and I learn to teach. And you guys do the same exact thing. You're here to do the same exact thing. In reality, ultimately, the goal is for us to always become better. That's it. That's it. So overall, I will see what we'll be talking about next week. Again, I will be updating you with what I'm learning with accounting. And again, you see that I'm kind of like iffy with understanding the accounts. I got a gist of it, but to be able to actually effectively explain it the way I would like to, I still got to keep on. I got to keep it up. I got to keep on practicing and training myself to be able to get familiar with it, because I want to be able to understand it to the point where I can explain it. And more than likely, I'll do a future video where I'm more polished and will be able to develop the ability to be able to explain it in such a most simplified way. But y'all on this journey with me. You know what I'm saying? And if you need me to be on a journey, come on, like and subscribe. I'm here for you. If you got some thoughts, you got some questions, hit me up. The goal is I'm gonna be trying to setting up like a little coaching calls and all that stuff as time goes along, as I progress and as I develop. Because the thing is, it's always good when you can see the progress of somebody else and you can see that they're actually making progress. I'm not famous, I'm not successful, I'm not a millionaire, I'm not none of that stuff. I'm just a regular guy, just like the rest of us out here. And y'all women. We're all regular. But in reality, if we can just be around people that can just help us to be better than what we are in our current circumstances, and we don't need to be rich. We don't need to be millionaires. We don't need to be having all the fancy things in life, but we can still be disciplined and be able to look at me, and I can look at you and learn from you. I think that's a very powerful. I think that's very powerful. You know what I'm saying? So again, like with my detail, like I said, I pay attention to details. When it comes to golf, I pay attention to details. And when it comes down to the mind, I pay attention to details. That's why this emoji thing, like just using the hearts all the time, that's a detail to me. And it's like, ugh, it kind of bugs me. So, yeah, you know, let me remove this thing off of there because it's bugging me.